Hello everyone, this is Bart again. Today I would like to show you how to use Clicker, which is a small tool designed to help with selecting points in SerialEM if for any reason you want to do it manually. For example, you plan to use Jaffies. So let's get to our SerialEM. This is a remote connection to CryoArm at Sussex. You can see that I already have a square montage, so let me start Clicker. Here it is. It will stay on top even if you click somewhere else. If you try to activate SerialEM elements, Clicker will stay on top. If you want to get rid of it, you have to minimize it. Right, so let's try to select a grid of points, maybe 3 by 3. Let me get rid of all the windows here so you can nicely see what I am seeing. Here we go. We do have a quantifoil. The first thing we have to do is to determine the central hole, then the X hole and the Y hole. So let's say that this hole here, I hope you can see my mouse. I hope this let's say that this hole here will be the central one. This will be the X and this will be the Y. So I hover mouse button. I hover mouse over my central hole and I press F5 on the keyboard. In order for this to work, I have to first highlight the clicker. Clicker needs to be the active window. Then I press F5 while hovering over the central hole, and we can see that Clicker captured coordinates. Then I move to the next hole in the X direction and I press F6. And then looking at the central hole, I move to the next hole in the Y direction and I press F7. Great. Then in SerialEM I click on Add Points and I again click on Clicker to highlight it. Then I position the mouse over the central hole of a 3 by 3 grid and press F1 on the keyboard. And here we go, we've got points added. Then I position mouse over another central hole and press F1, and I can do it for as many times as I want. The only thing to remember is that Clicker needs to be the active window. So hopefully this is going to be faster than adding points manually. Now let me quickly delete all of these points that we have just added. That's done. Now let's say I want to add a larger grid, for example maybe a 7 by 7, and here add points, highlight Clicker and then F1, and you see we've got the points that we want. Okay, just a few more things. Again, let me delete these points. If you want to, you can change the painting pattern from the central hole to a corner hole. Let me do it again, maybe on a 5 by 5 example. In this case, I select my corner hole and it needs to be the bottom right corner of the grid. So let's say I want to start somewhere here where my mouse is. I press F1 and you see the first point that got highlighted is the bottom right point. If I have this on central, then the central hole will be in the middle of the grid. Here we go. Okay, the other thing to look at is the delay time. Sometimes SerialEM will refuse to capture coordinates if the delay time is not long enough. By default, this is set to 10 milliseconds, but if you set it, for example, to 100 milliseconds, and you try to select holes, you will see that this process is now much slower. Again, it shouldn't have to be necessary, but if for any reason SerialEM refuses to cooperate, then please change the delay time. So that's it really. I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to use it. Yeah, it's available. So that's it. Have fun. Bye bye.